And for this first video, I'm going to simply show you how to get WebGPI hooked up to a machine and what it takes to do that. First of all, I'm going to assume you've already got the USB drive from Genie and have installed WebGPI on your computer. And the next things you're going to need is you're going to need a USB to serial cable adapter. I recommend also a USB extension cable. And if you're working on the Genie S125, you will need the Genie T adapter, which takes and you got to unplug a plug from the lower control box on the S125, plug this in, plug the plug into the female side, and then you'll have your serial cable for the S125 lower. Today we're going to be hooking up to a Genie Z6034. So this has an ALC 500 board in it, and that means that it only has a control board in the upper control box, not in the lower. If it's an ALC 1000 board, you can hook up to the upper control box or the lower control box. The difference is that for the ALC 1000 board, you're going to have different capabilities of parameters to change between the upper control box and the lower control box. But this is right now we're going to be working on is an ALC 500 board. But hooking up to, doesn't matter which one you're hooking up to, they're all the same when you're hooking up to them. So first of all, what you need to do is you take your serial to USB adapter, hook it up, and run the USB, hook up your extension cable, and run it to your laptop. Alright, and next thing you need to do is pull both these stops out, turn the key switch to the upper controls, and if you get a message like this, it's because you probably have the E-stop or key switch off, or you don't have the cable hooked up. Alright, the next step is you got it hooked up, you got the power on, hit connect. It'll connect up like this, hit application. Alright, so for the application you have to not only have WebGPI hooked up, but installed, but then you have to hook up the application, which is the file that's on the particular board you have, which can be updated too. So then we need to take and install that. So the next thing you need to do is I always put this over here, because here's the file number you're looking for, SO690102. So on your USB drive, you should have a bunch of add-on files. I have them on my hard drive. So 690102. Let's double check. 690102. Alright. So 690102. You take and install that file. Continue. And by the way, it doesn't always, unless you go see all these different windows pop up, and it'll say, yep, right here, because sometimes you hit on it and it doesn't quite do it, so you'll have to hit on it again, double click on the file and see if you got to go through all these different windows. So now it's installed. Hit OK, now hit disconnect, connect back up, application, and now we are hooked up to the boom and can make adjustments to the functions on the boom. So it's that easy. It's just a little bit of add-on stuff you have to do in order to get hooked up, WebGPI hooked up to the boom. And I will be doing further videos on making different changes here in the future. So I'll be, you can follow me on YouTube and Facebook